Well, in the last few hours, the St. Louis County Sheriff saying 17 people have been airlifted from the Boundary Waters because of those wildfires in the area. This coming as the entire BWCA is set to close to the public in just under 2 hours. That will be the first time in 5 years and only the third time ever. Crews across northern Minnesota are fighting more than a dozen wildfires right now, several burning on the Boundary Waters north side, including the Thumb Fire, which grew from 600 acres yesterday to more than 6,000 acres today. Sheriff Gordon Ramsay telling our sister station in Duluth crews will be working on these fires for a long time.
Several of these fires are going to burn the rest of the year until snow falls. That's how significant it is. And in some cases, some of these are very difficult to reach because of their remoteness.
The sheriff went on to say officials took economic impacts into consideration, but he believes the closure is the right move right now. Well, this all comes as the peak of tourism season, and some business owners already saying they're seeing the effects. Morgan Wolf joins us now with those impacts. Morgan?
Yeah, all these business owners, they understand it's safety first, but this is a rare move for the BWCA to shut down. It's not unprecedented, though. The last time this situation, as we mentioned, was in 2021, also because of a wildfire. This time around, though, it's hitting during peak tourism season.
People come from all over the United States up here, so it's a great area.
A signature Minnesota attraction is closed.
Today is pretty quiet because I think a lot of people turned around and probably went home, right? Because they couldn't get into the Boundary Waters.
Ryan Kari runs the Ely Outdoors Company. He spent the day fielding calls from people after the U.S. Forest Service announced they'd be closing the area due to a handful of wildfires.
This is not something we take lightly.
Dry conditions, wind, and extreme heat have been fueling the fires that were started by lightning.
We're looking at where we can put our firefighters in safely. Some of these areas are very remote.
Fire officials say that the closures will remain in place until the conditions improve, but it's already having an economic ripple effect.
There's a lot of planning ahead of time to get to the point of actually coming up where an outfitter can work with you.
Ryan says that people make reservations months in advance. Data from 2025 shows that roughly 150,000 people visited the area. Friends of the Boundary Waters say that it generates roughly $900 million annually in economic impact, July being the busiest time of the year.
We try to work with the groups here and reschedule them, but the end result is you're going to not be able to accommodate all of the groups and you're going to end up losing them.
With outdoor recreation being the region's economic engine, businesses say that losing 1 week of revenue hurts, but 2 could put them in a more dire situation.
Well, it's a mixed bag, right?
It's not just a tourism attraction, as people are watching the backyard they love burn.
A really good idea to get everybody out of there just as a safety measure.
Right now, fire officials say that they are worried about 2 of those fires combining, as they are also now keeping an eye on one in Canada that has potential to cross the border. And also to note too, if you do have a reservation up there this week, you will get refunded for any of your permits that you have in the BWCA.
Such a big deal, Morgan. They were going by canoe, trying to get people out of campsites. And just imagine, you don't know how many people, are there. So my goodness, what a big deal for them up there. Thank you.
Absolutely.